Hello everyone, welcome back to Chapter 5, focused on syllable stress in nouns, verbs, and numbers. Here for exercise 6 on page 43, we're going to make this a discussion since we're not all together. Can't work in small groups, but we can work as a class in our discussion posts. What I want you to do is, there's no right or wrong answer to these. There's no right or wrong answer to these. What I want you to do is indicate which of the two figures you think is correct. Now, if you want, you could research, look into Google and see if you can find the information. But again, there is no right or wrong answer to these. Let me put it this way: I'm not going to mark you down if you choose what might be the incorrect answer. Let me go through a few of these with you together. And these are all statistics about immigration. And demographic information here in the United States and abroad as well. Number one, in 2013, about 17 or 70% of the U.S. population was Latino or Hispanic. Now, I would guess that that figure is 17. Now, Latinos make up a lot of the California population, about 35 to 40%, but nationally, I doubt that it's 70. It's probably 17. Number two, until 1918 or 1980, most immigrants to the U.S. were Italian. I would probably say that that was a lot earlier. 1918. My family, for example, immigrated from Italy, and we had a lot of immigrants from Italy and from Ireland before 1918. So that might be the answer I would assume for number two. Number three, close to 13 or 30 30% of Americans can hold a conversation in a second language. Interesting. Those numbers are close to one another. I'm going to go optimistic. I'm going to say 30. Maybe that's a little too optimistic. All of you can. All of you in the class, you're Americans or American citizens or permanent residents of America. You can all hold a conversation in a second language. Maybe it's 13, I don't know. Thinking about my family and a lot of my friends don't speak another language. But you get my point. There's no right or wrong answer for some of these, that it could be either or. So what you need to do first is just indicate your answer, right? Indicate which of the two figures you think is correct. And then what I want you to do is to respond to the posts of three classmates as you always do. And I want you to share your opinions with one another. Do you agree? Or with which of the statements do you agree with your classmates, and why? Do you agree with them that 15% of Europeans speak at least one additional language? Or do you think that's higher? Do you think maybe it should be 50% of all Europeans speak at least one other language in addition to their native language? So respond to three classmates and indicate which of these you agree with and why, or maybe which of the statements you disagree with and why. You're going to do that for three classmates as always, and I always look forward to your discussion posts. You have great conversation. This is the way that we build community in our class, especially with everybody following different schedules and doing their work at different times. Thank you so much for your participation in this discussion, and I look forward to your responses.